vehicle be cited?
The owner of the vehicle?
S50.
Right, for letting somebody drive without a license.
I'd say in most scenarios, no. I mean, them driving that car, that would be operation without the owner's consent. The licensing part's them, particularly, if it's an adult. If you haven't taken the proper steps to make sure that a child can't access the car, you could probably be looking at some issues. But
so is driving without the owner's consent like a lighter version of stealing it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it's called operating without owner's consent.
No, I just think it's funny that we do have varying levels. Like, he took my car and I didn't tell him. Well, that's stealing. No, we're going to go ahead and call it, he took it without my consent.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. The theft second charge, and here's where, you get into, I think, Travis, we talked about this once before, specific intent crimes and general intent crimes. Like OWI is general intent. Everybody knows it's wrong, but nobody intentionally says, I'm going to go out and get hammered and drive down the road. People do intentionally say, I'm going to steal that car and I'm going to keep it and I'm going to paint it a different color or I'm going to pop the VIN number off. Operating without owner's consent is, a charge that we had a guy take his girlfriend's car last night. I was just reading about this. Maybe it was the night before. She called her car in stolen. We see it. We try to stop it. We end up getting in a chase with it. He finally pulls over and surrenders. He's not stealing the car, but he's still going to jail because you just can't run from the police if you don't think you're committing a crime. So, there are varying levels. We used to have a charge. They amended the robbery charges maybe 10 years ago because it used to be you could go into a convenience store, grab a 12-pack of beer, and you'd see this happen all the time, particularly around colleges. Grab a 12-pack of beer, go running out the door. That's a theft. Well, you go running out the door and the clerk tries to stop you and you shoulder check him. We charge you with robbery, serious felony. Basically what it was a theft with meanness involved. And it wasn't, the same as jamming, it wasn't the same as jamming a gun in somebody's face. So now they've amended it. There's a charge called aggravated theft. So it's it's
lighter than it's robbery light.
It's robbery light. Yeah, very good. Look at you. We're hiring.
Yeah, I think my time is.
You bored, man? Who? Sean.
I'm listening.
He's back there yawning.
He's tired lately. Reverend Ray, what's up?
Yeah.
Morning.
I needed that. Jeez.
What's up?
Hey, Philo, I see that Des Moines City Council is having a special meeting Thursday night regarding racial profiling. Burnt crosses, kills on the south side.
Probably not. They did you see last night? They I'm trying to think here. They read the first reading of a proposed ordinance about racial profiling. Is that what you're following?
Right, and one of the discussions was making marijuana possession the lowest police priority. I'm just curious what city council members aren't supporting lowest police priority marijuana possession. I really want to know what city council is the Harper Valley hypocrite out there. Good day.
You're good day, Ray.
Good day.
You're going to have to kind of follow that because technically they're two different issues. I mean, you could see where they would intertwine. And some of the conversation about how they do cross paths, but you have to address them as two different issues. What the council's looking at right now is a proposed ordinance banning racial profiling.
I'm looking at some fucking council members.
It doesn't just talk about policing. It would apply to code enforcement, housing, and those types of things. If you look at the police department, and look at our policy that we've had in place for several years, they almost read the same. Some of the suggested mandates for training, we've been doing those for.
Hence 19.
This is a good time for me too, because I'm reading books now, so people are really going to start thinking that I'm becoming smart. You 13, are amazing.
March 13, Friday the 13th.
You're becoming a new you. You're breaking the habit of being you.
Exactly.
Whole point of the book.
Sean now wants to learn science, says Ethan.
Yeah. I didn't like it in school.
It's never too late.
Up next, the Fogs on Forest penalty box. Who are you throwing in? You throwing in the bid 19?
I think we all are, aren't we? Let's just go ahead and preemptively say COVID-19 totally in the penalty box.
Yeah, it's no longer coronavirus. I want the right terminology here.
It's bid 19.
Bid 19.
Bid 19.
You got the bid, man.
You get the bid? You got the bid.
Stay-at-home challenge.
It's the Morning Rush at 1460 KXNO and now 106.3 FM.
Only grocery store or dispensary.
And Des Moines.
It's been a long, tough week.
Work.
Boss got you down.
We have sort of a problem here. Yeah.
Your favorite sports team is horrible.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Or you have beef with one of these two clowns.
Some people are dumb.
Yeah, really. Whatever has you all ticked off, now is your chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah! Throw them into the Morning Rush penalty box on Des Moines Sports Station 1460 KXNO.
284-5966, that's the number to call if you want to throw somebody in the penalty box and pick up a $25 gift certificate from our good friends at Fongs on Forest. You're going to want to go out. You're going to want to have some good crab rangoon pizza, so now's the time to call and throw whoever you want in. 284-5966. Ray, welcome. What's up?
Hey, good morning.
What's up?
Hey, my thing is, you can't have these spectator sports without a crowd in there. You know, they're going to try and run this NASCAR race without a crowd. You know, there's no money in that. They may have TV contracts, but the money's in the attendance. And this is the end of crowds of over 1,000, and that's going in the box.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. 284-5966. Jim, welcome to the Morning Rush.
First thing, I want to throw in Heather in for hanging up on me, Heather. That's not very nice. And I want to throw in the Liberal Democratic Party making this disease what it's not. It's not that bad. It's political. Thank you. Have a good day.
First of all, I did not hang up on him. I put him on hold and set the phone down on the cradle like I'm supposed to. And the next thing you know, he went away. Yeah, you're right. This is a Democratic liberal hoax perpetrated on the world.
Right.
Gandalf the Grey says, first night without sports, and I had to watch Sarah Palin dance and have a conversation with my girlfriend.
What was more painful?
Jim says, someone tell Sean that reading books is actually how you become smart.
Or listening to books.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily have to read them. You can listen to them. 284-5966. Chase, welcome to the Morning Rush. What's up, Chase?
How we doing, guys? Love the show. I'd like to throw in the high schools and the kids that get classes canceled and all that other fun stuff. When I was younger, we had to go to school in tornado weather, 12 inches of snow, ice on the ground, you name it. And someone sneezes and it's like, oh, we're done.
Oh. The lack of understanding is
breathtaking.
It really is.
Jen says all the Karens are going in the penalty box for snagging all the TP. Meanwhile, the rest of us will end up having to go in Karen's front yard, backyard, driveway. Take that, Karen. Yeah, I don't understand the hoarding toilet paper.
We all will.
Evan, welcome to the Morning Rush.
Hey, what's up, guys? I want to put Iowa drivers into the penalty box. Like, seriously, get out of the left lane. And also, will you just go the speed limit? Come on, just go the speed limit. That's it. Love your show, Heather. You're killing it today. Gotta go. Bye.
Bye. Oh, it almost sounded like
5-0 the other day, and that is slow drivers, I think, are more dangerous than fast drivers.
And you aren't supposed to be going slower than the flow of traffic in the left lane.
By the way, on the interstate, the left lane is not just a lane to hang out in. I know people think it is. It's not.
Wow, JT the Nut says, man, I'm going to miss you guys now that you're working on News Radio 1040 WHO. I don't feel like this is anything like what's going on over on WHO. But
not only that, but go listen to the 2 hours of the show. We've had more sports interviews today than we have in the last year combined.
Well, it's not exaggerate, but we have had a lot. We've talked a lot of sports. I think he's already looking forward to what's going to happen. But
Justin, welcome to the Morning Rush. What's up, man?
What's up, Travis, Heather? I want to throw the guy that was talking about NASCAR and the guy who brought up politics. Nobody wants to talk about politics. It's a sports talk show. Keep it sports. And NASCAR, the viewership has been going down for years. Watch it on TV.
All right.
Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it.
That fucker didn't even get.
I think a lot of people had the bid 19. Ray,
the Morning Rush official.
Thank you for your diagnosis, doctor.
That's Ray, what's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'd like to throw that other Ray in. Of course, this is the Ray, the president of your fan club.
Oh, yes. What's up?
I'm going to throw that other Ray in because I don't know, but he be sounding like he be stoned in the morning.
Oh, he's always stoned.
He is. He's totally stoned.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it.
I mean, all you gotta do, Ray, is watch his YouTube channel. And thanks, man, I appreciate it. Is watch his YouTube channel, and he gets up, and thank God for Reverend Ray because he watches, he listens to the show daily, but he puts it on YouTube, and it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000, right? I mean, he sits there and like gives commentary during the show, and he's smoking a bong.
Nutter is now clarifying. Sorry, not you guys, but the callers, the crotchety old white dudes calling up, have me confused.
Chuck, welcome to the Morning Rush. What's up, Chuck?
Hey guys, I want to throw Sean Robertson as a penalty box. A couple weeks ago, I called up and suggested that he
YouTube channel
the 911
Rev Ray Space
call
Green
with the Bad Boys thing for the Ask 50 segment. And it's 2 weeks later, and he hasn't done it. So anytime he says that he's producing his ass off, you can just forget that idea.
Hey, thanks. But now that you've given me the idea, maybe I'll toy around with that.
Yeah, maybe it can get accomplished from somebody who can produce their ass off. So
I don't got to be here. I can happily leave.
I'm on.
Wow. No. Let's not jump to any conclusions here. But I just think that mixing those two together with the Des Moines Police Department with the Bad Boys song and then Rob sucking in wind and cussing, I thought that would have been perfect.
Totally agree. Thanks, Chuck. Brian says, I'm throwing in all the people who think the coronavirus is a cold with an intense sneeze. Also getting a real insight to the crazy that is the listening audience.
It's the vid-19.
Cody says, as long as Netflix holds up, I'm not opposed to personal quarantine.
Netflix's subscription's going through the roof. Joe, welcome to the Morning Rush. What's up, Joe?
Hey, first off, quit taking phone calls from Jim. That guy's game's played out. And also, Ray, if you're the president of the fan club, you know that Reverend Ray's stoned all the time. Come on, get with the program, bro. And also, Travis, I got to throw all you Jayhawk fans in the penalty box because you guys act like this is the first time you've been heavily favored to not won.
You're a Jayhawk homer now, Travis.
That's what I am. I am a Jayhawk homer.
This is what I did. Jay lobby on that. You lobbied for national title.
Yeah, you kind of deserve that.
The big 19.
The Mike says, the back in my day guy goes to the penalty box.
We'll get some more phone calls.
I got the bid, man.
1460 KXL, now 106.3 FM.
I'm pretty details.
It's time for Sean's Morning Dump. I go, are crowds small down there? He goes, it's packed down here. I go, are people worried about the coronavirus? He goes, no. I go, are people worried about venereal diseases?
Uh-oh.
Well, the vid.
I know.
Bid.
By the way,
no, it's not the bid, Sean. It's the bid 19.
No, I'm trying to shorten it up as much.
No,
you can't drop the 19.
You can't drop the 19.
Kenzo says, I heard my oldest son say something about the vid 19 as I dropped him off. Not sure what that's all about. Benny Hardaway says, the callers into this show are so idiotic.
Hey, no.
They're not all of them.
No, not at all.
Iowa guy wants to know what the Ray YouTube channel is because he's intrigued.
Oh, boy. That's a rabbit hole.
Rev Ray.
It really is.
Space Green.
Brant says, I'm throwing the deer who leaped in front of my car last night out of the vid-19 fear. What's up with you, Ryan?
Oh?
You throwing in, man? Hello?
Hey, I'm here. I want to throw in the guy that called in now about 15 minutes ago and said, this is a sports show, not a political show. If it wasn't for politics, we'd still be having the games.
Bam.
Back when the SARS outbreak came out, over 1 million people were infected, 70-some thousand or 60-some thousand people died before Obama lifted a finger. Did he cancel the game? Did he cancel anything? No, he did not. This virus will run its course. Even when the vaccines come out, it still takes at least a year for the vaccine to be effective in humans. You know, I'm sorry, but this is Mother Nature's way of purging excessive population, just like in the wild when these animals, deer get
I'm going to go that far.
It kills off the deer because it's overpopulated. I mean, it's just the way the world works. You know, but I think it's over knee-jerk reaction big time. But if we did play the games without the crowd, we would actually see a real neutral field and actually see which team is actually better. You know, that's my perspective.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Everybody's got a perspective. Jake, welcome to Morning Rush. Natural.
Hey,
what's up?
I'm from Bid 19 in. It's my birthday today, and I always look forward to watching, basketball and tournaments and stuff going on my birthday. And so now I'm throwing it in because, the biggest competition I'm going to be able to watch now for my birthday is going to be watching my two kids wrestle and beat the crap out of each other instead of watching basketball.
Thanks, Jake, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Crappy way to spend a birthday weekend.
Shout out to all those guys, too, that scheduled their vasectomies this week, and next thinking that they would have something to watch on TV.
I don't get the vasectomy thing, man. I just don't.
You've already covered your feelings on vasectomies.
Peter, welcome.
I'm throwing in the city of Des Moines for giving a monopoly to America, the Des Moines Mafia Pro-Show. I'm sorry that they're a sponsor. I do not like those.
Hello, Peter.
Hello?
Did you get towed?
No, I didn't get towed, but I helped two friends who did because I'm the one that doesn't get in trouble. They've got limited repayment options, so if you pay in cash, they won't give you change. And I'm guessing that extra change in their pocket, they're not reporting that in taxes. No guys, and the guys in the yard are polite. The ladies behind the counter are rude and entitled. They're just bad eggs.
Bad egg.
Now, Peter, you got to keep in mind, they're not rude and entitled. They're probably sick and tired of getting yelled at by everybody who comes in to pick up their car
Yeah,
when
with
they
a
get towed
sob story.
because they parked illegally.
I would also like to point out that I would bet that the majority of people that get towed are getting towed out of private parking lots that are hiring Proto to do a job. Be mad at that business and yourself for not following their signs and parking illegally.
Good. Nick, what's going on?
Hey, I want to throw my wife in the family box.
Why's that?
Well, her boss is taking active measures and gave them the whole rest of the week off. I know it's Friday, but I mean, come on. So while I'm on my way to work, she's doing bed sleeping.
Where does she work?
I'm not going to say that information.
Okay. Well, I thought maybe I just wanted to know who was cool enough to say, hey, don't come into work today. We're all self-quarantining.
Mark, welcome to Morning Rush. What's up, Mark?
I'm going to throw everybody into the bus that's saying that they're canceling all these games and everything due to part of the safety of the fans and the players.
But I know a good friend of mine was on a conference call with Gary Florida the day before yesterday, and one of the main reasons for canceling games is the legal aspect of it. That if a player got sick, he could turn around and sue the university and the conference and the NCAA. And the legal aspect is more of a driving force in canceling all these tournaments than as much as the safety aspect is.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Drew, good morning, Russ. What's up?
Yeah, good morning. I want to throw in anybody that calls into these stations with no information, like that guy that was talking about the social cleansing.
Yeah.
Yeah. 70,000 cases of SARS was actually 8,000. It was also in 2002, so I don't know how Obama could have lifted in 2002 when any of that happened. So, just in these situations, I'd like to put a plug out for people to actually vet the information they're getting and not spread things like that. So, I'll hang up. Thank you.
Thank you, Drew. Sometimes we don't have time to fact check every person that calls into this show. I feel somewhat responsible for it, but yet Cole says the way you guys just let people call and invent, even if they sound stupid, is pretty noble. All the while not interrupting them. It's really impressive.
It's a family.
Who won, by the way?
I think we give it to Jake, whose birthday was this weekend, right? I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, Jake,
All
happy
right,
birthday.
there's the morning rush.
Sorry, your
Friday,
weekend
March
was been ruined
13th.
by the COVID-19. But we'll try to make it better with a Bonds on Forest 25.
But again, these are things we've already had in place, and we're comfortable with our policies and our practices.
Jim, Tom, stay on hold. We haven't got to your phone call yet, but we're going to have you hold on through the break because, well, we've got to play some commercials. 284-5966. Interact with us on Twitter at KXNO Morning Rush. This is the Morning Rush at 1460 KXNO, and now 106.3 FM. Jim, Tom, thanks for waiting through the break and not complaining. We appreciate that. Who's up first? Jim's up first. Jim, welcome to the Morning Rush. What's your question for 5-0?
Hey, Sarge.
How you doing?
The same as Dave Morello, believe in the Second Amendment and help out ICE, or has your fat bleeding heart, your bleeding heart liberal wife changed their mind?
I missed the whole first part of that, and I sure as hell hope you didn't just call my wife fat.
No, he called her bleeding heart liberal.
I would not be driving a prison. No, of course not. I wouldn't call your wife. She's a liberal lover. But are your beliefs the same as David Morello, Sergeant David Morello?
I don't even know what are you talking about. What are his beliefs?
The Second Amendment, and he believes that I should help out the Des Moines police officers. You believe in that?
Citizens to round up illegals. Fuck
I
that.
certainly support the Second Amendment. I'm a gun owner, and I was before I was a police officer. I'll probably be when I'm not a police officer. But responsible gun ownership's a big deal.
I think he insinuating he should be able to shoot people like a cop?
No, I think what he said, ICE should support the police. Is that what you said? ICE, not I?
No.
Maybe I misunderstood him, but I thought he said
No,
ICE.
I think he did say ICE.
He said, yeah.
That would be where your bleeding heart. I think he was about to call me a fat liberal.
No, he was not. He's never.
I heard the word
never
fat
gone
in
there.
Your big, fat, bleeding heart liberal wife is what I think he was winding up to say.
She's not nearly as liberal as you would think.
And you're not.
She just plays one on the radio.
And I'm not nearly as conservative. You're right. So,
yeah.
I don't even know how to answer his questions. Of course, the Second Amendment's important, and of course, I support it. I don't support these knuckleheads who think it's okay to leave guns laying everywhere and kids are getting shot. You know,
right.
I mean, there has to be responsible gun ownership.
You also, and maybe he's trying to get at ICE supporting the police. You cannot have a situation where anyone thinks that they can't call the police when they're in trouble because they might get deported or because of their immigration status. And that's always been.
You got to look at the roles that each of those organizations has. You know, look at what our role in our community is. Look at what their role in our community is. They both serve a purpose. They both want to get to the same spot by helping people. Our paths are a little different sometimes. You need to be able to pick up the phone and call the Des Moines police if you're a victim of domestic violence, regardless of what your immigration status is. And you can't have people afraid to do that.
2-8, or
yeah, well, we're prohibited anyway. So it's a moot argument.
284-5966. Tom, welcome to Morning Rush. What's your question?
Hey, folks. Hey, but before I get to 5-0, Ben, get over yourself, you D-bag. Once you hear the music, it's Radio 101. Get off the phone. He didn't cut you off.
Oh, listen to this, Tom. He's already said that he says, I'm right, whatever. They can't challenge them. You can't challenge the Missouri Valley Conference, apparently. I've been convinced they've been told to preach the MVC at all times.
Well, crazy's gonna get crazy. Anyway, hey, 5-0,
sure.
What is there so you have the speed cameras on 235, and it gives you up to 70.
71.
On the stationary, 71. Oh, well, hey, great. You just gave me one more. You gave me one more. Is there a leeway on the mobile ones that you guys set around?
Yeah, it's 11 miles an hour also.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was asking for a friend.
We're not encouraging you to go out there and speed. The idea is
but every time I see one, every time I see one, I'm like, shoot. All right, go ahead.
Hey, here's your hot tip of the day, Tom. That thing doesn't take your speed till you go past it. So if you see it and slow down,
it's too late.
No, you're good.
No.
You're good.
Oh.
It takes your picture after you go past it.
Do you see how nice we are here in Des Moines? We are the super nice.
And
place.
yet,
we tell you where they are.
You tell them where they are. It's 11 over, and you can actually slow down, and it takes your picture afterwards. But yet, how many tickets?
We make hundreds of thousands. The general fund, it's not just the police department. We're not putting a pool out back or building us a new gym. It goes into the general fund earmarked for public safety, but we make a lot of money every year off
general fund.
So.
Hey, whoever comes up with the DMPS is against us is, again, crazy be getting crazy. Thanks, guys.
Hey, right on, man. Thanks.
Thanks, man. Good stuff. What's more of a danger on the highway? Somebody speeding or somebody going excessively slow?
Combination of the two. You know, when you start talking about the freeways, I'm kind of glad he brought this up because we had this conversation about a year ago when.
Well, it is a vastly different.
That's 5-0 coming up. March 3rd,
That bodes well for Iowa.
2020.
They rode after Saturday's game. I mean, Iowa has a chance to complete a 10-0.
Just the interview, I think, with Chad Lysico.
Which would be the only team in the Big Ten to be unbeaten this year at home in conference play. And so that's a feather in their cap if they could do it. And I definitely am in the camp that Iowa wins tonight. I thought they, might fall against Penn State, but they've continued to show me something. Just they're very consistent.
Fucking Waltons, man.
I don't know. They're fade-proof almost. How hard they play, how smart they are, and that's kind of what it takes this time of year. Is to just tough through the mental and physical pain, the grind, and this team has that toughness that probably McCaffrey teams in the past maybe didn't have. So I like this team to win tonight.
Season over.
The game Sunday at Illinois is pretty much going to determine whether or not they get that double bye in the Big Ten tournament. They could certainly use that for either the, for a variety of reasons. Obviously for the Big Ten tournament, but also just an extra game off their legs for the NCAA tournament, probably. So a lot at stake this week for the Hawkeyes. They just took it to 1 seed. I don't know if you read my article this morning, but you could took it to 1 if they win out and get a ton of help.
All right, Chad. Good stuff. You going to Rutgers this weekend for the wrestling?
No, Cody Goodwin. He is absolutely doing a great job with wrestling coverage. But yeah, he and I will be in Minneapolis though in a couple of weeks for NCAA wrestling. So Hawks got to take down Penn State here. They've done a good job this year, but they got to show they can beat Penn State in the tournament yet.
All right, Chad. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Have a safe drive over to Iowa City tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Chad.
Chad Lysico from the Des Moines Register. 284-5966. Interact with us on Twitter at KX Morning Rush. Up next, Ask 50 Anything, brought to you by Croto.
Ah!
Very good.
It's not very good, but
It's better than nothing, though.
okay.
It's Morning Rush on 1460 KX, and now 106.3 FM.
Travis Justice and Heather Burnside with Sean Roberts along for the ride. It's the Morning Rush on 1460 KXNO.
And now on 106
For complete warranty details.
You know, Travis, I was just thinking, we were talking earlier in the 6 o'clock hour about words that everyone pronounces wrong.
Yes.
Realtor.
Oh, yeah.
How many people say realtor? You met a realtor, or a realtor, as we like to call her, at the Casserole Carnival. You find them at Misty Soulwitch.
Really nice person, too. She was great. She came in, and, got to meet her.
Got to check out the Casserole Carnival, too. And Misty Soulwitch, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Innovations, guarantees to sell your home at a price and a deadline you agree to, or she will buy it. So if you're ready to work with a realtor who does more than just put a sign in the yard to get your home sold, make sure you call Misty. For instance, the Warners had an investment property that had been in the family for nearly 40 years, but then they just wanted to get out of the rental business. Misty had options for them. Her sold out guaranteed sale program or an instant offer. And they chose the instant offer and set their own closing date. Done and done. Misty guarantees to sell your house at a price and deadline you agree to, or she'll buy it, and at no risk to you, she'll let you out of the contract at any time, too. Nobody has more 5-star reviews in Des Moines than Misty Soulwitch. So call the only agent that I would call if I needed to sell my home. Call Misty Soulwitch today at 515-575-9950. You can also go online to soldincentraliowa.com. That's soldincentraliowa.com and start packing. Call 515-575-9950.
The know-how.
That music means it's time for Ask 50 Anything, brought to you by Croto.
It's not great, I know.
It's fine. I think you're making yourself up too much.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, I mean. What up with you, man? You recovered from Sunday yet? Yeah. I mean, you guys are a well-oiled machine. You guys are good project managers. If I was going to hire project managers, I'd hired you in heaven. I mean, you guys had it down. I mean, you were lining up the tables. You were getting everything in the warmers. I mean, you guys made sure that went out without a hitch. I'm good labor. I thought you did pretty good.
I think he did.
Brains behind the operation.
Whatever. You were the brains behind the operation, too. He's trying to be very modest about all this and his part in it, but he played a huge role in it.
Did you have fun?
I had a blast. How about you?
Yeah, I had a great time. It exceeded my expectations tenfold. I really did. I got up there. My wife and I were driving up. I'm like, there could be like 4 people here. You know, because what happens is it's a Sunday. It's really nice outside. You're like, I'm just not going to go. You know, we told them we'd go, but man, people showed up in droves, and that was awesome. And we raised a lot of money for the Guardians Project, which was even super cool.
Yeah, they were very appreciative. I think
Were they shocked at the?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. And I think we can even do more than that.
Chip was like, I've never been to an event where literally people are just coming up and shoving money in my hand.
You got to roll with us more often, man.
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine what it would have been like if we had firefighters there?
Ooh. Did you bring a firefighter in today?
I brought 2.
2 of them?
Bookends right here.
Wow. Let's get to Reverend Ray first. Ray, what's up? Are you back in Colorado or are you still in town?
Well, I'm still no, I got some friends and family to spend time with for the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Hey, so my question for Philo, I was asked about those Des Moines police scanner social media pages. There's like 3 of them for Des Moines. And I was asked to ask you guys how you feel about the public putting information right out there on social media immediately, because we're at the point where we're going to have some stringers out there on the local scene reporting along with police calls. So how do you feel about that, Paul?
It's good and it's bad. I mean, it's like everything else. It's got its upside and its downside. Sometimes, we run into the same problem with the folks that are out there listening that we run into with the media is where they only hear a bit of a transmission, and then with the social media, then the comments start falling in where people are filling in the blanks, and a lot of times it's not real accurate. Sometimes drawing people to a scene is problematic, particularly if it's an area where we don't really think it's necessarily safe for everybody to be. So those can be issues, but the one we have the most experience with, the Des Moines Scanner Squad, they manage that real well. Their admins moderate the comments real respectfully. I think they move things forward in a really good fashion as far as cutting off comments and also encouraging people to,
Behave themselves.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think their motto is listen to the scanner, don't be on it. So that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I like that.
I do too.
Yeah. 284-5966. Let's hit David once. David, welcome to the Morning Rush. What's up?
Thank you. I have a question about handguns.
That's a good one.
Let's say that there's a gun that's been stolen and someone owns it and it's worth a Ruger P94 semi-automatic and it's like worth $500. Okay. Now, if someone who owns that wants to sell it to a criminal who can't buy a gun legally, is that gun worth $500 or more than $500 or less than $500? How does that generally work? Do you guys know that or?
You lost me. So is the gun stolen?
It is a stolen gun. Yes.
Okay. So are you asking about what the charge would be based on the value of the gun?
No, I'm asking if a criminal is going to buy a gun from another.
Oh, are you asking what the street market value is?
Yeah, is it worth more or less than?
Depends on what you want, man. It might be worth 2 rocks of crack.
Yeah.
Or it might be worth somebody just needs $100. It all depends. I mean, that's I guess that's what do you want to say? Supply and demand, or
it depends how big them rocks and crack are.
There's no really way. We can't put a market level or a market value on stolen firearms like we can on dope. So if that helps.
I'm just wondering, was she calling to ask for a friend or what's going on there? Like, just hypothetically speaking, I have a stolen gun.
It's why you don't buy a gun from your buddy. You either go to a gun store or a gun show, right?
Yeah, well, you need to buy it from a licensed dealer, and there are some who do private sales also. But yeah, don't buy a gun from a guy with a trench coat.
No, probably a bad idea.
Yeah, who's storing it right next to his